Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on some DC news. So we're getting closer and closer to the release of this official Superman trailer, hopefully in the next week or two, probably closer to 2 weeks, but no one really knows. We do have Mission Impossible, as well as I think the new Final Destination movie coming out next week, and Lilo and Stitch coming out, I think, in the week after that. So it is fitting that Superman would release a new trailer to play before those films, especially like something like Lilo and Stitch, which will probably make a lot of money, and then also with like IMAX for Mission Impossible. It makes a lot of sense and timing wise to release the trailer there. So the timing could be very much well done to hold the trailer until now rather than that Superman Day, like what, a few weeks back from now, which really had no major release coming out at that time. So it was like in the weeks to follow where the summer movie season were to start with like Thunderbolts and everything dropping out. But or coming out, might I say. But that's a wait and see in regards to when they actually do decide to drop that trailer. But I'd say either late next week or maybe the week after. It depends. I would assume next week just because of the IMAX possibility there, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, we've got a bunch of other news to go over regarding Superman as well, but also some other DC stuff that's on its way, so let's go through it. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions and everything we go over. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking, and of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. So the first thing to go over is that they did release a teaser during Inside the NBA during the NBA playoffs for Peacemaker Season 2. Now, the trailer, or this teaser, might I say, does highlight sort of like Argus going after Peacemaker and the Peacemaker crew. Now, there is a full trailer coming out tomorrow from when this video goes out, or specifically Friday in America. So I'd assume 2.5 minutes or something like that. But like some of the other previous looks, which haven't been that extensive, but they've been able to give you some sort of feel for it, I guess. This teaser that came out does make it seem that Season 2 of Peacemaker is much more serious and a bit more maybe darker in tone compared to Season 1, which a decent amount of people would call maybe goofy but fun, you know, and it did have some more serious moments and heartfelt moments, but it did get buried a lot in some of the silly stuff that they did throughout Season 1, and maybe Gunn was like, okay, well, we got all that out of our system, and then also some stuff happens in Season 1, now we can take it to this route. And of course, this is jumping into the new universe, so that's a big thing as well. Like, that might be the shock, if you want to put it, in regards to the change of tone, is that we're shifting into this other universe, which will be funny because the DCEU was always seen as like this like overly dark thing for no reason, and everyone thinks that Guns is going to be like, oh, a bit more brighter and everything like that. But then Peacemaker Season 1 sort of was that, and then it's going to get darker. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe that's a bit tongue in cheek by James Gunn. I don't know. But on Inside the NBA, they did have like Shaquille O'Neal, all the guys on there with the Peacemaker helmets here, and John Cena was there as well. So it's decent promotion. We'll wait and see how it plays out when the show comes out, of course. Now, next thing to talk about is Clayface. Now, this is set in the DCU from what we know, and this is a big thing. They're doing a bit of a rewrite. So this is coming from The Wrap. They got the exclusive, and they say screenwriter Hossein Amini, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, best known for scripting 2011's Drive, has been tapped to rewrite Clayface for DC Studios. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Mike Flanagan wrote the previous draft of the script. James Watkins, who directed last year's remake of the Danish thriller Speak No Evil for Universal, is attached to direct. Now, this is a big thing just because usually, because like Mike Flanagan is also a director, but he just wrote this. And when a new director comes in, sometimes they will do like a bit of like a director like screen on the script and everything like that. So a rewrite isn't that uncommon. But from what's being said here, is that it's a page 1 rewrite. Right. So it doesn't mean that they're not using any of the story that Mike Flanagan came up. They might use 80% of the story, but how it's shifted up and set up and everything like that, the script will look completely different in regards to page 1 to the final page whenever this rewrite happens. Now, I don't know if this means like Danger, Red Ranger or whatever for this movie, because it was slated that it's going to start filming by the end of the year. Like, I think, was it like October or something like that? Or I think that was one of the reports. I don't know, because we've seen this happen before where they bring in we're doing a new rewrite, or a new writer comes in, and then it just, you know, twists and tangles the project even more. But I don't know. I think because this is a less risky film, it's not going to be like a $150 million budget, that it probably won't matter too much. And maybe it's just the setting. Maybe because Mike Flanagan wrote it specifically to be like, you know, its own thing, but then now it's going to be in the DCU, so context has to be done, it has to change up certain things, or maybe they want to change up connections to other certain characters. So that might be the purpose of the rewrite. No real details were given there, but that's a wait and see. But I know, I guess you could look at it and go, it's really concerning, but at the same time, there could be really valid reasons like the fact it's changed context or canon as to why the rewrite's happening. The next thing is Mike DeLuca, who of course is one of the heads of Warner Brothers. I was on the Smartless podcast, which is that one with like Jason Bateman and stuff, and he did tease that another Teen Titans Go film was on the way, which I don't really care about, but he did also say about a live action one is coming from James Gunn, which we already knew about as well. Now, I think this does heavily suggest that there will be maybe some Teen Titans stuff at Comic-Con if they do go there this year. Not necessarily in regards to like a trailer, because of course I haven't started filming. Like I think the only thing we're going to get trailer-wise at Comic-Con would be Supergirl, maybe Lanterns, and then I guess like some really late Peacemaker promotion, because it's like what, a week or two before Peacemaker comes out. But we could get some stuff like this, maybe casting if they're getting down that route, or even just announcing like a director if they got like a really decent director attached to the Teen Titans project that they'd be excited to announce. But yeah, that's wait and see. I mean, I think with this one, I think if it's done just like half decently, the Teen Titans movie should be a pretty easy slam dunk, just because so many people are familiar with the property and have nostalgia there. But you'd also don't want to just rush into it and everything like that. You want to take a bit of care with it. You want to take at least a tiny bit of care with it. So at least you're not screwing it and pissing people off. It's like, oh, you've ruined my childhood because you stuffed this one up. In regards to the Teen Titans Go film, I mean, I understand. I think I've seen like 10 minutes of the other movie. Like, is it Teen Titans Go to the movies? I think that's literally what the other one's called. I think they did another one, didn't they? But that might have been like a TV movie. I'm not too sure, or like a straight to DVD and digital movie. I'm not too sure, but I didn't see that other one. Well, I didn't see the entire thing. I only saw like 10 minutes of that Go to the movies one. I've seen like little clips and stuff. Not really into it, but obviously there's a big audience there. I mean, that show's been going on for ages, so it seems fairly smart that you'd make another one, because I think the other one was fairly successful, at least from what I remember. And the final thing to go over is some Superman stuff. So the first thing to go over is just that, you know, as you expect when like you get especially a big blockbuster thing, you get branding and like you know, partnership deals and stuff. We just saw with the Minecraft movie, they had that McDonald's thing, which like blew up and became its own meme and everything. Well, not even just a meme, but like an obsession. Like you just saw people going and just trying to collect all these little things. I went, just side note, I went twice, and I only wanted it because I wanted to get, because it's a ripoff. It was a ripoff meal. It was like $6 more for the same thing. I'm like, I don't want this toy for $6, but I wanted that Grimace egg. I tried to get that goddamn Grimace egg. Yeah, I tried twice and I thought, no, I can't. It's just not going to happen. I bet you if I went the third time, I would have gotten it. So I quit just before I hit gold, if you want to put it. But yeah, Superman has started some stuff. The first one here is at Dairy Queen, which we don't have in Australia, but they have like a meal which has like branded cups and just for the drinks and I think the ice cream as well. But there's also a special Superman flavored ice cream, which is a cake batter cookie dough, as you can see on screen. It's got like, you know, the red, blue and yellow sprinkles and stuff to fit in with the Superman aesthetic there, of course. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any, and you can see on screen right now, like the drink cup as well, which has like the Crypto and Superman artwork and stuff. And the Blizzard cup has like Superman sort of like coming at you, if you want to put it. In regards to other things here, like I don't know, it's really hard, like because also obviously there's the international market as well. So Dairy Queen's not in Australia. I don't know if like, I don't know, like a certain brand in Australia all of a sudden has a, like Pizza Hut, for example, had a deal with Venom. You might have seen those viral weird Venom goo pizzas or whatever. So, and Australia was the only country that had it. So Australia might have something similar to that. So you're going to see different countries. England KFC, for example, could have something with Superman or whatever it is. So it'll be interesting to see what other brandings they come up with. But obviously they're going full on. And I did see something where Barbie, I think, did something similar. It wasn't at Dairy Queen. It was at like it might have been like a Cold Stone. Is that because we have Cold Rock in Australia, but I think it's called Cold Stone in America. And Barbie did like an ice cream thing there. So they're definitely trying to like, we've heard they've been like trying to like follow that Barbie method, but obviously not exactly like using the exact same companies and, you know, brands and everything to do partnerships with, but going down that same route. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Superman, because, you know, it does have different appeal to different people. But the last thing with Superman, the last thing for this video, that in regards to like a partnership and everything, is that they did do a, you know, thing for the NBA playoffs with Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics, where he's going to be like Superman's replacement. And he also had a thing where I think he was going into game 2. Oh, no, was it game 1? I can't remember if it was game 1 or no, it was game 1. Sorry. I think it was game 1 of the playoffs between the New York Knicks. He had some Superman like branded, like you know, embossed shoes. I don't think he didn't wear them. I don't think he wore them on the actual court, but he walked in like when they do the player walk-ins and stuff like that. Now, the interesting thing around this is that they've gone with Jason Tatum. Boston are 2-0 down. I don't know. I don't know what I don't want to say that like it's like bad juju if you want to put it, but it's I don't know, maybe they should have gone with someone that maybe was a bit more lean. Like it seemed more likely they'd go better, but then again, I guess people didn't think they'd be 2-0 down, but I don't know if that's a bad sign. Like if Jason Tatum and the Celtics get knocked out, do they keep running that ad? Or is that ad just for this series? Or do they rush to like someone else? Like, okay, we need someone that's actually going to potentially win this thing to be, you know, involved with the Superman thing. So yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, or it doesn't really mean anything. Because I wonder if that ad's meant to play for a while, or it's just specifically for the next like week or so during that series. Because it could be a bad sign. I think that's the only negative around it, is that Jason Tatum might be knocked out with the Celtics because they're 2-0 down at the moment. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see that. I don't know if they have a plan B. Do they have another player? I don't know. Maybe they might have to just roll out Shaquille O'Neal and just do the nostalgia thing with that Steel movie. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions and everything we went over in this video. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.